In this video, I'm going to be reviewing these LED mini mover lights. They're readily available on eBay, and the ones I bought were the brightest that I could find, and that was 105 watt fitting. So that has 7 bulbs, each of 15 watts, and they're a red, green, blue, white fitting. I'll be comparing it with a typical LED PAR. The one that I've got is a 12 by 10 watt bulb, so that's 120 watts in total compared to the mini mover, which is 105 watts. So the hex PAR on the left though is a red, green, blue, white, amber and UV fitting. So on the left of the stage here you can see it's substantially brighter just on white than what the mini mover on the right is. It's probably only half as bright. Now I have set the camera on a fixed exposure here, and I have lowered the exposure a little bit, and according to my judgment the screen looked approximately about as bright as what the room actually looked in realistic in person. So the way I figure it, the PAR light on the left has a 6-in-1 bulb, so if we divide 120 watts by 6, each colour should be about 20 watts. And the mini mover is 105 watts and it's a 4-in-1, so if we divide 105 watts by 4, each colour should be about 26 watts. So 26 watts on the right and 20 watts on the left. The right is definitely not brighter than what we see on the left, so there's definitely, I don't believe the fitting is as bright as it's supposed to be. So I'm going to go through each of the colours. The white there, as you saw, was much brighter on the left. Here the red is way brighter, you can barely even see the red on the right. Same for the green, it's like it's barely on. The blue is not too bad, but it's still probably about half as bright coming out of the mini mover as the standard PAR. And remembering that the PAR also has amber and UV. So the main purpose for me doing this video is really just to show people what the lights actually look like. Before I bought these, I looked at a lot of videos on YouTube, mainly by DJs who were showing off their light and how bright it was, but I'm guessing they didn't have auto exposure set on their phones, and so they did have auto exposure on, and so it would have automatically brightened up the phone to the camera to look really bright because it was in a dark room. But if you see just with this sort of a camera with it fixed on a fixed exposure, you can see how much dimmer these lights are, and they're actually really disappointing. So I just wanted to let people know what a realistic view was of these mini mover lights, so they don't make the same mistake I've made.